Happy New Year! It's year 2022 and you are watching Value-Based Facility Management Video Blog. If you are watching this for the first time, my name is Stephen E. and I'm the author of the book Value-Based Facilities Management. Every year my blog will be based on a theme, and last year's theme was performance improvement. The theme for this year is FM Continual Improvement, and it will be based on the international standard ISO 41001 FM management system. For times such as this, as we are experiencing the COVID-19 pandemic, the world and businesses have changed, and never before that impacted the lives and the way the businesses. So is FM. As the mission of FM is to improve the quality of life of people and the productivity of the core business, it is timely for FM to develop and implement an effective FM management system so as to keep pace with organizational change, to comply with legal requirements and conform to the organizational FM service level agreement in facilitating the business success. To start the first value-based FM blog for this year, I'd like to share with you my recent presentation in introducing the ISO 41001 FM management system standard for the Malaysian Construction Industry Development Board (CIDB) in collaboration with the Microcorp. Before I roll the video, for those of you who are new, I will put up a new blog every first Wednesday of the month. And if you find this information useful, you are welcome to subscribe to this VBFM channel so that you will be alerted whenever a new blog is being uploaded. I will roll the video and I hope it's useful to you, and I'll see you next month, first Wednesday. Hello, fellow FM practitioners. I'm glad to be invited to speak at this webinar. I hope through this short presentation, I can impress upon you to adopt the ISO 41001 to develop an effective and efficient facilities management system. This is so that together we can demonstrate facility management as a value add and business advantage to organization. I would like to share with you an overview of the ISO 41001 FM management system from a FM practitioner's perspective and how it can serve as a sustainable guide for achieving effective and efficient FM operations. The ISO 41001 FM management system standard was published by the International Organization for Standards in the year 2018. It was developed, put together by over 30 countries of FM experts as a global standard for achieving FM best practices. The ISO 41001, like other ISO management systems, states the requirements to be conformed with, and the respective users are expected to contextualize these requirements to their FM functions in supporting their organization's business operations. I'm with FMS Associate Asia, the first organization that's led our client to be the first organization to achieve the ISO 41001 certification in Singapore, and probably in the Southeast Asia regions. I'm saying this not to impress you, but to impress upon you that I have gone through the challenging journey. And I understand the confusion, the pain, the frustrations involved in implementing the FM system. In this presentation, I'm going to share with you on how you can avoid those pitfalls and simplify the FM system development process, and encourage you whether you are pursuing certification or not, to adopt the ISO 41001 standard as FM best practice for an FM system. Let's start with understanding what is an FM system. An FM system provides the framework that enables FM to achieve its promises to deliver the set level of facilities services through the process of plan, do, check, act cycle in sustaining and improving FM operations. Before we start, let's look at the definition of facilities management according to the ISO FM standard. Facilities management is an organizational function which integrates people, place, process within the built environment with the purpose of improving the quality of life of people and the productivity of the core business. The definition answers the why FM exists and the expected outcome from delivering the FM services. In brief, facilities management is about facilitating business success, isn't it? Here is the process approach methodology in facility management from the ISO FM standard. The illustration is intended to provide an overview of the FM process in supporting its organization core business strategy to help you visualize the relationship between the demand organization and the FM organization and the required activities in developing, implementing, and maintaining an FM system. A brief explanation of what is a demand organization and an FM organization. A demand organization refers to the one that pays for the FM services, whereas an FM organization refers to either the FM function within its organization or external FM service providers. The 7 auditable clauses are in line with the plan, do, check, act cycle. For planning, we have to consider clause 4, context of the organization. Clause 5, leadership commitment. Clause 6, planning the resources available. And also clause 7, the support required. The do phase will be clause 8 on operations. The check phase will cover clause 9 on performance evaluation, internal audit, and management review. And lastly, the act phase here refers to continual improvement, which is to satisfy clause 10. And that summarizes the FM system in a nutshell. I do understand that the standards clauses can be overwhelming, especially for those of you who are new to ISO management system standard. To overcome that, we have developed the stewardship strategy for the ease of understanding and implementation of an FM system. So, what is stewardship? Stewardship is about managing and maintaining the facilities entrusted to FM to ensure that they are operating at their peak performance and in delivering the promises of FM to deliver the agreed level of services made to the stakeholders. With stewardship in mind, this strategy uses the keywords to emphasize and to ensure the FM system conforms with the ISO standard, the plan, do, check, act, process approach. These keywords are meant to help simplify the clauses for implementation purpose. Each phase is guided by two key action words for ease of understanding and remembering. Isn't that good? The stewardship strategy allows FM practitioners to understand and appreciate the demand organization core business strategy and what is required of FM to support it. The stewardship strategy helps guide FM practitioners to focus on delivering what matters to their organization. Now, let's start with the plan phase. The plan phase requires you to focus and identify. Okay, what to focus on? The first and most important thing you need to do is to know your organization's business, its mission, strategic objective, and the business operations. Remember, stewardship, we are entrusted to deliver the required FM services. If we are not sure how our services are supporting the organization, if we do not know what is required from FM, and if we do not know what are the stakeholders' expectations, then how are we going to meet the expectations and support them? So, what should be our focus and where are we supposed to be heading? Thus, it's important to find those focal points in the organization that we serve. Establish who are the stakeholders, who are the interested parties, such as the top management, functional management, the users, and relevant external service providers and authorities. List and prioritize their needs and expectations, the criticality of their expectations, and those help to establish the focal point for your FM team. Next, identify. Identify the FM services required to support the achievement of the business strategic objective and to facilitate the business operations. This will help us to assess the risks and opportunities affecting FM. So what are the risks that we are talking over here? The risks are incidents that prevent FM from achieving its promises to deliver to the stakeholders, and opportunities are potential value-add initiatives that may improve the quality of life of people and the productivity of the core business. All right, we are done with the plan phase. So remember, the plan phase requires you to focus and identify. Next, let's move on to the do phase. The two key action words here are integrate and coordinate. This phase requires to begin with doing a relationship mapping to map out the stakeholders whom FM serves and the FM services to be delivered. The relationship mapping provides a visual diagram that allows you to see a broad view of connection between FM as a stakeholder, presenting an illustration of the processes and operation, which is intended to provide you with a high-level understanding of the interrelationship and interconnection of FM services and their activities. This is so that FM can proactively make plans to integrate the resources and efforts and to coordinate effectively and efficiently with the interested parties, whether internal stakeholders or with the external service providers. This phase requires you to know and act on the FM scope, stakeholders, and the deliverables of FM to be effective, and to know the appropriate tools, processes, and the needed relationship for FM to perform efficiently. The do phase is the heart of the FM operations. Now, I'm done with the do phase. Remember, the do phase requires you to integrate and coordinate. Next, I will cover the check phase. And the two key action words are achieve and calibrate. This phase requires you to take stock of your promises, to deliver, and to conduct periodic reviews and assess the achievement of the deliverables. It's important to review the FM performance with your stakeholders to validate whether the delivered services meet the expected level of service, their expectations, their experience with FM, and to explore if there are new needs for facilities services. Should there be deviation from the set expectation or feedback for improvement, FM needs to calibrate and to take corrective action to get those deviations back on track. This phase requires you to have in place monitoring, measuring, and control plans. Remember, the check phase requires you to achieve and calibrate. We have covered the plan, the do, and check phases. And now, let's move on to the final phase, act. The two key action words are prevent and improve. This phase requires FM to be creative and proactive, to have in place preventive, predictive, and contingency measures to prevent or minimize facilities failure that likely to cause interruptions to business operations, and to be prepared to respond to facilities-related incidents, emergency, crisis, and even for disaster recovery. This phase requires FM to take proactive measures to identify the potential gaps in performance, its service deliverables, and apply corrective actions and initiate facility services improvement to improve the quality of life of people and the productivity of the core business. The key purpose of this act phase is to enable continual improvement. All right, I'm done with act. Remember, the act phase requires you to prevent and improve. Okay, I have completed sharing with you the stewardship strategies in applying the plan, do, check, act cycle to enable you to establish, implement, maintain, and continually improve the FM management system. Do you notice that the FM standard clauses were not mentioned in my presentation on stewardship strategy? The FM stewardship strategy is meant to be a guide for FM practitioners to set up an FM system without being stressed or overwhelmed by the clauses, so that you can understand easily and to encourage you to get started. In simplicity, an FM system is to enable the FM function to achieve its promises to the demand organization, focus on delivering what matters to their organization. And my last advice on the development of an FM system is to keep the manual simple and easy to understand, and use flowchart wherever is possible. The idea of developing a clear and simple FM management system is to encourage the FM team members to understand and take ownership to fulfill their roles and responsibility. And do remember to communicate and show your team member that their work and contributions do matters to the success of the organization. Before I end, I'd like to impress upon you again that FM should adopt the global ISO 41001 FM management system standard as a framework for establishing a sustainable, effective, and efficient FM operations. And I'd like to close with this truth. To start, you don't have to be good, but to be good, you need to start. So, fellow FM practitioners, together, we can raise the recognition and respect for FM as a value-add function and business advantage to organization. All the best to your FM success.